now. Limbo Tier Dota for BlinkDOTA. And Season 2, I should say. Moist for Death Prophet going up against Kunkka. I'm Sambrella, joined by the one and only admin, Midnight. You excited?
Invoker.
I'm very excited. Very excited to be here, Umbrella. Thanks very much for the invitation.
Right, yeah. I think
I
we're
told
both...
you. There they just got the Invoker.
You literally just said before we started in earnest that Kunkka were looking to get the Invoker, because we talk to these guys quite a lot. The Limbo Tier, they're very active within the community, which is great to see.
Yeah, they've been very vocal right from the beginning.
Oh, I must point out, Moist Death Prophet, they're playing with Wilson over Tom. Oh, well, Garish Pangolin. I think Wilson
Yeah, if I
probably...
was telling me earlier, he got a stand-in for tonight.
Yeah. He's a registered stand-in, so... It's all good, it's all good, but I'd say Wilson is probably a little stronger than Garish Pangolin. And his favourite hero is Vengeful Spirit, so it just happens to be a strong hero in the meta, and they're going to pick it up straight away. It's a solid opening pick. Like, you can't really counter it, it doesn't give away too much about your draft.
No. She's a really good hero just now.
I like Moist for Death Prophet ban Spectre. I think teams have issues dealing with Spectre these days. Like, you can shut her down, but it's like, I think at this tier and lower, it kind of, like, generally people can farm pretty damn well, especially in a free farm lane, so it doesn't really affect that, but teams are less good at pressuring lanes and fighting earlier before the Spectre has Radiance.
Yeah, it gets really difficult. It gets to that point sometimes where even if you've kept her down, if she gets that Radiance, they don't know how to handle it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so hard. Like, even in pro scene, like, it makes a big difference, but I think it can really affect teams a lot more at this tier. I'd like Moist for Death Prophet to pick up probably their offlane hero now, or even their safe laner, just because I think at this level a lot of people generally pick up two supports, and that can really cut down on what your lineup can do. But now they're just going to go straight with the Juggernaut straight away. I think pretty good against the Invoker just because you can spin through a lot of his damage.
He's a really good hero against Spectre, actually. Not that that would be an issue, but
Probably one of the top tier carry heroes as well. Couple that with the Vengeful Spirit, one with a stun plus the minus armor coming from the Wave of Terror plus the Vengeance aura, extra damage to Juggernaut. I think it synergizes great, and they've already got the potential to push quite hard with that Wave of Terror plus the healing ward from the Juggernaut.
and then the Fights has got that natural crit. He doesn't need to build it up.
Yep. So it'll be interesting what Kunkka want to do with what they want to pick up here.
I think they're going to pick up a support, probably.
Most probably. Strong supports at the moment. Witch Doctor is very popular at the moment. They might go for like
a Lion.
Lion, yes, of course.
Kind of stops the two spells to stop the Jug.
Yep.
Almost.
You can get that Blink Dagger.
Faceless
But yeah, they're gonna go with the Faceless Void. I thought this hero might come out.
Interesting.
Just because it does combos up very well with the Invoker. It's good lockdown. It's not so good against the Vengeful Spirit, just because if you do get that carry, as long as Vengeful Spirit is sitting back, you're going to swap, and suddenly your Chronosphere is not quite so effective anymore. But,
yeah, I suppose they just wanted him before the chance of him is banned.
Yeah. I think Faceless is a really good hero. Moist for Death Prophet might look to ban out the Witch Doctor now and other heroes that combo with the Faceless Void. But
I'm hoping that's not a safe lane Faceless.
who
You don't see that very often nowadays.
Yeah, it goes Midas, Battle Fury, Mjolnir before Boots. Did you? I don't know if you saw the game. That was pretty funny.
I didn't know.
That was in the scrub tier.
It's legit build.
Yeah, they didn't win. But
I don't know how.
M for DP. Ban the Dazzle first off. I really hope they ban the Witch Doctor. But unless they do have first pick, it would be a pretty decent pickup for themselves. Yeah, so I think if they don't ban it, they're just going to pick it up straight away because they do have the first pick after this round of bans.
I would really hope so, because them if Kunkka get a Witch Doctor, that is going to be really problematic. Every chrono is going to be a kill.
Should be anyway. Yeah, that's going to ban
Yeah,
out
there
Witch
we go.
Doctor. Good. But actually, like a bunch of all the top tier supports have been pretty much banned out now, or picked. Like there's no Dazzle, no Witch Doctor, Lion, Disruptor. Those are pretty much like I'd say the 4 best position 5 heroes. Yeah. I think they might look, because Juggernaut is pretty self-sufficient in lane with just the 1 support hero. Maybe they look to pick up like a roaming hero.
I'd like to see a Skywrath. You don't see him very often. He's very pretty. He can work with Chrono, but he's not strong enough just now.
Yeah, I don't think he. I don't know. The occasionally picking these odd heroes can really throw your enemy off.
People, when they're not been in the meta and you don't see them for a long time, people forget how to deal with them. They forget how to approach them.
Right, this is going to be Pfeiffer's hero, the Ogre Magi. Tanky frontliner, and just for a support, that's pretty good. And I think Ogre is fantastic against the Faceless Void because he likes backtracking instances, like single instances of damage, whereas Ogre deals a lot of damage over time with the Fire Blast. Not the Fire Blast, the Ignite even. No, yeah, Ignite. I like the Ogre.
Did not see the Delta Titan coming. I should have
No.
seen that coming because I know it is Kibble's favourite hero in the game. And with them getting Invoker and Faceless Void, I probably should have been able to call that, but there you go.
No, I think it's like we were talking, like this one hero in your lineup that the enemy aren't entirely, it's not in the meta, might throw them off a little bit. However, is a reason that these heroes aren't in the meta, so we'll have to see if the Elder Titan pays off. But the minus armor, meaning invoke, and minus magic resistance even as well, means Invoker will be doing a lot of damage. Juggernaut, an Agi hero who builds up a lot of just natural armor due to his agility gain.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit pointless.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see how this works. I think I'd like them to see. I guess this is going to be position 4 Elder Titan. And the Kunkka's going to be picked up once again for Gilbert. I was looking forward to seeing what his hero would be. And, I've got mixed opinions about Kunkka. Sometimes it works out pretty well.
It really depends on the lineup, really. He's not very strong, but he is useful.
Yeah. Kunkka get the Bane. I think that's a really smart pickup against the Kunkka, because a lot of the time, you get into that late game situation, Kunkka likes Xing himself, blinking on forward and going for the, just clearing the creep wave with 1 hit. But he's got to be careful now, because Bane could just nightmare him up and suddenly he can't X himself back. Although I think it should bring him back automatically, actually, after a certain time period. After the 8 seconds are up, I guess. So,
yeah.
Maybe not.
He also, if he doesn't land the Kunkka in the chrono, it can mess up his chrono time.
Yeah. Medusa ban out for Moist for Death Prophet. They don't want that hard carry Kunkka. So Magnus is going to be banned out. A great setup for the Kunkka's ultimate and Juggernaut as well, with his Omni Slash and also giving him power as well. So I understand this ban out. I do know that Ainsley Harriott, their offlaner, does play a fair bit of Magnus. Not the best UK Magnus player. That's me, by the way.
Of course. Where are you getting these statistics?
The UK professionals.
10 seconds remaining.
Anyway, they don't have long to choose what they're going to go for. So offlane hero, strong offlane heroes at the moment. I guess Darkseer is potentially a pretty good pickup here.
Tidehunter, the reset hero. There we go.
Nice, good call, good call. It's great against the Bane, just because he's normally sitting in the back with the Fiend's Grip and a Ravage. As long you don't even need to be that close, do you? You just Ravage, mess up the Faceless Void a bit as well. Good initiation, but very good defensively as well. So if you look at the team fight from M for DP, it's pretty strong. Saying that, Kunkka's run is pretty damn good as well.
We've seen Kunkka Rum take the Tidehunter a couple of times and be pretty successful with it. It's a good pickup. He's a good hero. Everybody thinks he's an easy hero. He's not always the most obvious choice.
Reserve time.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I think sometimes people like to overcomplicate stuff, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. Tidehunter's a great hero.
Kunkka want to go for now though. Guess they're
You
looking
need a
for their
safe lane
lane.
carry. What about Oh, I don't know actually. I was going to say
Still
Slark, but he's actually not really a great idea.
Still Sven is okay this game. He gets BKB, meaning Tide and Ogre and Venge don't really do anything against him. Neither does Kunkka really. And then he's got the
Gyro?
bonus armor. Oh, yeah, Gyrocopter, of course, combos very well with the Faceless Void.
Yeah.
And in a
Is he
similar
still
situation.
legit these days? Enchantress? I don't know if she's really a safe laner though. I
Well,
think you're
no.
probably better with a gyro.
Gyro, yeah. I do like the Gyro quite a lot. Combos well with the Bane, because Bane does Nightmares, which allows the Gyro to get in range. And
Yep.
because he has a lot of magic damage, synergizes with Elder Titan very well as well. But they're going to go with the Slark.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I really think Gyro would have been very good. However, Slark, very good at jumping in and out. Can purge off a lot of these stuns, but...
Slark was my kind of gut feeling, just because you see a lot of him. But I think I prefer the gyro after thinking about it. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, definitely. I'll add you onto the casting. Alright, so here we are, guys. Game number 1 of a best of 1 series. Kunkka on the Radiant going up against M4DP on the Dire side. I think this is definitely an interesting match if you're just tuning in, just because I think it will be very close and these two teams very active within the BlinkDOTA community. So, Midnight is joining me for this one. Would you like to go through the Radiant side for me?
I will do, yep. The Radiant side we've got Jay on Invoker, Forehead on Slark, Nutty on Faceless, Kibble on Elder Titan, and Malphus on Bane.
Nice. And over on the Dire side, Moix for Death Prophet. Got the Pengek playing that carry Juggernaut. Ainsley Harriet on the Tidehunter. Gilbert playing his mid Kunkka. 5 on the Ogre Magi. And finally, Vengeful Spirit. Handled by Wartortle Wilson. I know this is easily his best and most favorite hero, so you're in for a treat here.
I like playing Vengeful Spirit myself, so I'll be taking some tips down on my notepad.
We'll see. He might be a little rusty. He doesn't play too much at the moment.
Probably still better than me.
We'll see. As here we go. I'm very excited for this. How it's going is Tidehunter doing a good old backwards stroke. It's always interesting to see, like, in pro games, the players, before they load into the game, they know what items they're going straight away. Meaning they can move out, smoke, get those early wards down, but... this isn't a pro game. This is... I think we're looking at probably... averaging out at about 3.5k solo, if not a little bit lower, for both teams. Just if you're interested, that is.
Yeah, I think you're about right.
I was having a quick peek at Kunkka profiles, and they all seem to be literally exactly around that 3.5k MMR. Obviously, I know M4DP very well. I play with them a lot. Well, look at to see how this works out as top lane. Faceless Void wants to get the Observer Ward, but it didn't.
Yeah, they all seem to be thinking the exact same thing. They've headed for the rune closer to their safe lane. They've left it off laner to do his thing.
Okay, apparently didn't want Slark. Oh, okay. Okay, so I thought they accidentally picked Slark, but he just didn't want to play it, but it got picked for him. But
yeah, it looks like they got overruled by their captain.
and that's what the captain's there for. Because Kunkka's going to get that 100-100 rune head off towards that mid lane, and the same can be said of the Invokers. Elder Titan is actually being spotted moving up here. He's going to block up this sort of like the camp that the offlaners like to farm. Tidehunter started off with an early ring of protection, so he could maybe work towards that Iron Talon if he does want to. However, if he did then decide to go farm up some jungle creeps, you'd find that it's not there.
Well, the central only lasts for 3 minutes, so it depends how his lane's going, I guess, how quickly he gets pushed out the lane.
Yeah.
Elder Titan's not took his skill yet.
No, I'm not really sure like what the best skill build is, especially on like a support Elder Titan. I guess like a one, like maybe. I even think something like a 4-on-4 build might be the best. Because, you know, you're going to be starved a bit for levels, and getting up that natural orders level 4 is really important, sort of drip by the mid game. And I think having the stomp, the sleep is much, much more important than the extra little bit of damage you get from Astral, which you're not going to have all the time. So we're going to see him go straight away for that stomp, maybe an easy setup for the Slark pounce, possibly. So AC How's got to be careful. He does, however, you know, he is a Tidehunter. Stomp comes out, but there's no setup to try and pick him off. Meanwhile,
Pfeiffer's giving Faceless Void a chase through the trees.
Yeah, this is the power of the Ogre Magi. He can just look. Faceless Void can't backtrack this damage that Ogre Magi puts out in the form of the Ignite. Makes that first
Yeah, he just
skill
needs
the
to back
time
it up, really.
so useless. Elder Titan is now going to go for the stomp in the bottom lane. Could this be our first blood? Tidehunter slept up, but Slark doesn't seem too interested. Just wants to farm some creeps. Does, however, force Tidehunter a little bit back. I'm looking forward to see how this Tide.
Tanky.
Want to see how the Elder Titan plays out in the end. Briefcase man. Kunkka. I love the new change with Kunkka, how you don't have to face the direction to torrent. You can make some really good plays with that. The mid lane is it's gone pretty evenly. 8 CS for the J. Gilbert's up on 6. However, there are 7 denies. So Kunkka is quite far behind in terms of levels just because of those 7 denies in the way of the Kunkka.
Yeah, well, like I was saying earlier, Kunkka Rum have been really hoping at any opportunity they will first pick the Invoker. It is one of Jay's favourites and probably one of his better heroes.
I would like to point. Oh, Faceless Void's got to be careful here. He does have that time. Actually, he doesn't have the time. What? They're going to go for the stun.
Ooh.
Just throw out some more right clicks. Faceless Void going to backtrack
He's
a
got
fair
it
bit
in
of
1
damage.
second. Yeah.
But not, you know, he's low. He's going to be forced to use that salve. It doesn't really cost, like, MFDV too much to do that. We've got a couple of clarities on one on each support. They can do that again if need be. I would like to say Gilbert, one of his better heroes, is definitely the Invoker as well, so he's going to know how to play this matchup, or at least understand the potential Invoker has. Both safe laners farming very nicely, 19 CS each. Juggernaut's got a fair few more denies. It's so hard not to be biased, by the way.
How long did you play for Westwood Death Prophet?
I don't know, like year, 6 months, probably like 6 months. But I've been playing with these guys for like 3 years, so I know them well. As the X is going to be used on Invoker. Invoker's very low. They're going to bring back the Torrent.
Oh, they're going to go
he
for
brought him
Tidehunter
back
as well.
too early. That was a rare mistake coming out from Gilbert. He probably should have had that kill, to be honest, or at least definitely landing the Torrent. It's going to hit once again on the Invoker. We're going to see the Tidebringer damage come in. No. But Invoker being Invoker can heal with that Quaz level 2. Hyde is going to think about stacking Ancients, and the Sentry is just going to time out on his little side camp area.
That Invoker's picking up a regen rune.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, especially after the damage he just took in mid lane, so that'll be him back up to full health, full mana. Good to go. He's not far off a Midas if that's what he's going for.
Yeah, definitely. Probably the best item to get. So looking at support levels, I find quite interesting. Oh, in the bottom lane though, Tidehunter. There's going to be the Astral now, the Stomp. Can they bring down this Tide? It looks like
That's
they will.
got to be first blood.
Yeah, probably. He's tanky, but there's Sunstrike.
Oh!
Ainsley Harriet, he's
Oh,
dead.
the Sunstrike. Yep. Bang on the button.
They even, I think he tried to salve through that as well, but well
Dead
played.
Jen. If it wasn't for the Sunstrike, I think he would have got away.
That was a very good chance he would have, yeah. Alas, that's going to be your first blood going the way of none other than Invoker with that Sunstrike. Well placed as well. But yeah, going back to the support levels, Ogre Magi up to level 3.5 on DCP side, whereas Venge only level 2. On the other side of things, Elder Titan's level 3 and Bane's level 3. So pretty
Yeah, Bane's
standard.
been stacking and pulling, so he's been getting his levels through the creep
Void?
camps.
Void? He's going to be a little bit careful there. He walks up. He was just drawing in Pfeiffer there, it seems. Kunkka's now got level 6, so he's got the full combo if need be. I must say, there's an Elder Titan waiting in the wings for the potential aggression coming out from Kunkka. Go for it in the end. He's going to secure himself top rune, it seems, at the moment. As Tide has made his way back down to the bottom lane. Decides that first death is... It's not going to be enough to force him back into the jungle, which I think is fair enough. He's got some decent levels. Level 4 compared to the Faceless Void's level 3.5. Both offlaners have been getting some experience, but very little CS. But it's kind of what you expect with these defensive tri-lanes. 2 supports always being there. Possibly kill and at least zone out the enemy.
Yeah, they're both kind of roughly about the same standing, really, the Tide and the Void.
I mean, this is a close game. Yes, First Blood has gone the way of Kunkka Rum, but really the be-all and end-all of this game is Midas complete now for Invoker, so it's going to accelerate his levels and his farm as well. Sven has been sat mid for, I mean, quite a large portion of this game, costing her in levels. And there's going to be the... They're going to go for the... try and go for the sleep here onto the Kunkka. They have the cold snap, but it's going to miss the Sunstrike. Dodges and moves off towards the ledge. And here comes the Venge, the stun. The salve used from Kunkka. It's not going to be on point as Invoker gets caught out in this combo, it seems. And also the Elder Titan. Could this be the 2 kills? Gilbert going to continue chasing. Gets the X on the Elder Titan. Got Torrent up in 1 more second. He's going to throw it out. Got to watch out for the stun. It is going to connect. 1 more right click. Should be enough to finish it off, and he does. However, we are going to see the Forge Spirit. Yeah, good micro there, but a 2 for 2 in the end. Actually, no, a 2 for 1 even. So it definitely favors them for DP. Yeah. Kunkka gets the experience for the 2 kills, and no one manages to get the experience for the kill on the Kunkka. Yeah. The gold and experience both favoring him for DP. I'm sure Kunkka would have liked to live there, but it looks like he actually bought out. He bought his bracer. Looks like we're going to look into...
It's also created a little bit of breathing room for the Tide Hunter because he knows that the Bane's in mid lane now. Whereas no one rotated from top lane from Watch for Death Prophet, so pressure's still on for Faceless.
Clark got pretty low there. He's nearly level 6, but Tidehunter's got his level 6, so could look to make a play if literally if oh, okay, Slark's got level 6. He's gonna be fine with the salve as well.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I thought this was a smoke movement, but no, it's just Benj babysitting the Kunkka as he went to get bottom rune. It's a haste rune, so could maybe look to make a movement bottom or make a play with that if need be. If Invoker once again goes for the cold snap. Bane walking up on the high ground, gets the Nightmare onto Kunkka. As the pings come out, Kunkka could just throw a very defensive boat if he can. He's actually going to turn and throw it aggressively. It's going to roll over him, so Kunkka survives through that. He's got the boat rum on him at the moment. It's Bane underneath the tower. Tidehunter does TP in, doesn't have mana for Ravage at the moment, but they're throwing the right clicks onto the Bane. He's pretty speedy though. They can't quite catch up to him. They need 1 more right click. Unfortunately, the Anchor Smash is going to miss. So does the Torrent. So in the end,
I really thought they were
killed.
going to lose the Bane. Yeah, the Kunkka managed to get away too.
Yeah,
Only because of that haste rune.
Sunstrike. Oh, well off the mark as Kunkka has got the haste rune. That's the power of Rum for you, though. It's so good.
I was watching the Kunkka and his HP was at 1 at one point.
Yeah.
So he was a very, very lucky Kunkka.
Well, that's how Rum works.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm interested to see what this build Juggernaut goes for. Pinkek is. He's got a Morbid Mask, so we can we look at like a Mom here, or is it just a casual Morbid Mask? Maybe.
Hell.
Already the build though on Juggernaut though.
Yeah, it's not usually, but it's a long time since you see them picking up a Mask of Madness.
You could go Vlad's. Like, Vlad's isn't bad. If you're looking to...
It'll be great when they're 5v5 in. It will be.
I honestly think it's the Vlad's, especially against the Elder Titan in this natural order. +5 armor to your allies. I think this is a really smart move, actually. If that is what he's going for. I mean, it could just be a casual Morbid Mask at the moment, just to help him farm up, harass back the Faceless Void. You just trade more efficiently that way. We'll see. I think if it's a Vlad's, I like it actually a lot, just because of the Elder Titan. But we'll see. Tidehunter is solo up against the Slark.
If it's a Vlad, he should have the money for it.
Yeah, it might just be deciding, like, he might pick it up later. In fact, he's gone for the Blade of Alacrity, so it might just be a casual Yasha for now.
A lot of casual items on this Juggernaut.
I guess that's one of the best things, and maybe the worst things about Juggernaut is you can just go so many different builds. But like a casual Yasha, I think he'll go like I think SNY Vlad's is a pretty smart move. You can fight really on. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Nightmare up onto the Tidehunter, looking for the pounce. They're going to connect it. The Sunstrike is actually going to just be a little bit off the mark. Tidehunter slept up, so he couldn't get the Ravage off. Cancelled in the animation as Venge tries to TP in to save him. Kunkka get their third kill of the game. Well, for them anyway. We look at like experience net worth. Kunkka are ahead, but it's about a K. I think this is gonna be the Midas effect mostly, just because.
Void and Ogre Magi are playing hide and seek in the tree line.
With a Midas,
He's picked up his Iron Talon, so I think he may be thinking about maybe retreating to a camp.
Yeah, it's a pretty standard thing to get on him. Face Void does have that level 6. So he's got that backup if he needs to play it safe. I would maybe like to see Juggernaut. I really want to see Juggernaut carry a TP now, just in case any aggressive moves get played on the mid or the bottom lane. He can then TP in, and with the Omni Slash, he's a scary force. But we're gonna have a pause coming out from the mid lane, the J.
Yeah, if he was carrying his TP, he can definitely make a turn of events if Kunkka were to play an aggressive action on Kunkka or Tidehunter. He could definitely TP in and turn the tides.
Yep.
It looks like the Tidehunter, not the Kunkka. The Tidehunter is going to be picking up a mech first item rather than a blink. You see this quite a lot. I'm not a huge fan. I think the blink is just too good, but I can see why they do it.
I think it means they can fight so much earlier though, and and also it's more armor for him and the team.
True.
Like, against this Elder Titan. So I actually like it quite a lot, just because I think if they can just group up early, like allow Juggernaut to get his SNY Vlads, he'll have that fairly quickly. You look at like a Kunkka who's gonna have drums, and then probably he'll go for the drums armor build, which is very popular at the moment. And then, you know, what we talking about, yeah, Tidehunter with the mech. They can fight early, and because there's two Midases, one on the Evoker and one on the Slark, they're not ready to fight yet. And then I don't think they're going to be ready to fight for another 10 minutes. So if they can start pushing down towers and fighting in the next 5-10 minutes before they come online. Let's face the Void, he jumps, the spin's going to come through. Defensive Chronosphere used in the top lane. So, yes, Nutty does get out, however. It is going to cost him a Chronosphere, which has got a decent cooldown at this stage of the game. 2 minutes. That stops all the offensive potential with the Sunstrike, with the Stomp from the Elder Titan. There's no setup for that now. Basically, does have to be careful, because Juggernaut does have the Omni Slash. I think we said to the Elder Titan. And, okay, so we're going to see Invoker rotate to this bottom lane with the Slark and the Bane. Maybe they look to try and take the first tower of the game. Venge is there.
A thought just entered my mind. Can you time walk out of Omni Slash?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
I think the range should be far enough. Nightmare goes on the Tidehunter, but kind of thing is... We've yet to see a Ravage this game. Last one got cancelled. There's this tower, very low. They're going to be able to get the deny. Deny. Yeah, they get the deny. Well played there. So denying an extra little bit of gold to Kunkka. I really hope M for DP start pushing soon. Kunkka's got his drums. Hide. He's gone for the arcanes. It could just be a casual headdress, but I do think he should go for mech first, actually. But we'll see. Still fairly quiet. 3-2. 13.5 minutes in.
I'm quite interested to see if the first Venge pickup's going to be the medallion. I'm assuming it is.
I assume so with the Sage's Mask. I mean, it could be an urn as well. I was going to get another stack onto this Ancient, which is currently a quad stack. Oh no, triple stack even. Try and make it a quad stack, and then we can farm that up. Now that he's level 8, He's got 3 points of Kraken Shell, 4 in the Anchor Smash. He can easily take that, and that'll be him a lot closer to that mechanism. The little gathering is happening on the top lane for the Radiant side.
Yeah, they're maybe thinking about making a move on the Juggernaut.
Would be a nice target to pick off if they could, because he's getting closer to that Sange for the S&Y. Meanwhile, Tidehunter quite happily farming up that ancient stack now. I mean, they could easily bring him down. They have to worry about TP rotations. And speaking of TP rotations, it's going to be the Void coming in. He's got the Chronosphere. Looks like they might just unload their full set of ammo, and there's going to be the Nightmare. Chronosphere should be up to follow. His TP's going to come in. There's no swap at the moment. His Juggernaut is spinning, so he's not taking any magic damage. Stun onto the face of Void. Can they bring him down quickly enough? He time walks a lot of the damage, and now the X comes in, and that's a big, actually, Split Earth. The swap underneath the towers. Elder Titan's going to pay with his life, but killing off the Juggernaut is more than worth it. But it's whether they can find any more. Ainsley Harriet with the backswing, or the backwards
Faceless still has his chrono.
And the Ravage. Okay, oh man, this is going to be a Sunstrike shell up onto the Tidehunter. He did get a good Ravage, but it's not enough. As Gilbert's still on full HP, as Slark chasing down the Venge in his ultimate form. Viper very low as well, leashed up, and that's going to be a 4th kill onto M4DP's side. Can they find the 5th? That is Kunkka. It doesn't look like they will. There's a lot of people on Kunkka Rum are pretty low, but only one of them dies. So a great exchange if you're a Kunkka Rum fan here.
Definitely felt like there was 2 fights going on, one in the lane and one in the jungle, but they managed to pull it off. That Faceless Void, that Time Walk, man, it is very, very strong.
Yeah. It was a good rotation, and then they sort of M4DP were kind of forced almost to go 1 by 1 as they TP'd in to react.
Yeah, it's a shame because they got off a really fantastic boat as well.
Yeah. The Split Earth did a lot of work. It hit 2 heroes, which is, it's not an easy spell to land. Good work getting that off with Slark. He's after the Midas. Now got that Yasha. He can go for S&Y, or just leave it a casual Yasha and go straight into either Shadow Blade, a Blink, or Skadi. I suspect he'll probably go S&Y. Like S&Y Skadi or something. Book Magi is going to try and grab this haste rune. I don't think Invoker can quite pick him off, although the Titan was there. Kunkka is going to go for the armlet, the drums armlet build. Seriously, like, super popular at the moment.
Not an awful lot of vision kicking about. I would have thought there would have been some more wards up. Moist for Death Prophet have only got that one that's kicking about in the Radiant jungle.
They got one up here too.
Oh, I just seen that. Did they just put? Oh, you just put that down.
I just put that down.
Yeah.
The Radiant have none though. I mean, what do you expect? These guys are 3.5K.
They only had one, it turned out.
Who needs wards?
Vision is overrated.
Yeah. Tied down up to 1600 gold. This makes me think he is just gonna go straight for the Blink Dagger. I wish he went for the mech. I really like the mech.
I'm a fan of the Blink Dagger, so I'm not going to complain.
No, don't get me wrong. Like, I think he should go Blink after the mech. It's just too good to pass up on Tide, but
maybe he's just feeling like while he has the money, he should try and get his Blink in case there's another fight and it goes wrong, and I don't know.
It's Jug.
Safety, it's a safety net.
Yeah, Jug's finished the S&Y. Still got that casual morbid mask. I really, please go for it. Go for lads. Okay, it's got level 2 boat now. Should have that armlet, the omelette, people like to call it, finished up fairly shortly. However, with this Radiant Observer ward, the Dire Heroes are going to get spotted. Hyder's got himself another couple of stacks to take down in the ancient area.
That might finish his Blink actually, if he moves from there to the small camp.
Yeah. Slark's gone for Manta here.
Must be to get rid of the dispel some of the stuns and stuff that are happening from Moist for Dead Prophet.
The only real legit reason I think he should get Manta is to be able to survive Juggernaut Omni Slash, because you split the damage by 2/3 basically.
Jay is apparently lagging balls, who's going to have to restart his router, unfortunately. So we might be paused for about a minute. How are
Yeah.
Juggernaut and Slark doing in terms of last hitting and things? Slark is in the lead by not a huge amount, but a decent amount. But he's got hardly any denies. The Juggernaut has been denying like a pro.
Yeah, 62 denies. Yeah, the thing is that like Juggernaut, so he goes for like the kind of normal build is for like Battle Fury into like the next tier of item because he's gone straight for the S and Y. This is saying to me that M4DP they want to fight. That's why I want to say the mech is better.
Yeah, if he's not gone Battle Furies, and I don't see him AFK farming. It
And
looks
like
like a fighting build.
and like how are M4DP supposed to out farm Kunkka Rum at the moment? And there's an Evoker with a Midas and a Slark with a Midas.
They don't. They have to just
Yeah.
take advantage of the early game, and they need to fight them.
Unfortunately, they don't really have an advantage at the moment because they're 5k behind in net worth, 3k in experience.
Which is why I think the Blink might be the better pick up first on the Tidehunter. I think if they can get that surprise Blink and get the advantage in the initiation, they have a much better chance.
Service seriously shot at the moment.
Well,
Because it recently got added to Netflix.
that's right. So it did. A confession from Pfeiffer there that he wishes he was a girl.
Yeah,
That's
well,
great.
he sounds like a girl.
Harsh but fair. I'd love to see some of the supports finish an item. So you're gonna have to. I'm just gonna apologise for the fact that I can't speak very well, and it's thrown off a lot of my sentences. I can't pronounce the letter S. It's making life very difficult.
He can.
It takes great concentration.
Does Manta purge X? I don't think it does. Someone said, honestly, this is the most Middle England Dota 2 game out.
Middle England.
Yeah, doesn't make the most sense. Devs has finished his armlet. Yeah, I just want to go back, sort of like as a summary of this game. I think M4DP, they have to try and push and fight now. Otherwise, in the next 10, 15 minutes, KR are just going to have a huge net worth advantage and should just win, as long as they don't do anything too stupid, just due to the fact that they've got an item advantage, they should be able to win the game.
I don't think I've ever really seen Kunkka go armlet. This will be interesting for me.
This is like the standard build now.
Is it?
Yeah. The drums into the armlet into crit is the way
Make
most
him a
people
lot
play it now.
tankier. Yeah, it takes away that glass cannon.
Yeah. And the armlet is such a cost-effective item for damage for strength heroes. And especially as he only turns it on for when he does the Tidebringer damage. You don't need like lifesteal or any sort of like super large amount of regen. And the fact that you also have the ghost ship on you, so you can sort of like armlet toggle that way. This is a good game for armlet as well. Like there's no sort of damage over time, any tick damage or anything like that. So armlet toggling becomes a lot easier when you're not playing up against that. Ogre does get nightmared up in the mid lane, but it'll be fine.
We've got a lot more vision out now, going through that river. Which is good, it's nice to see. Spot out some rotations.
Oops.
Again, I'd love to see a support finish a big item. So far we've got some arcane boots. And that's really about it.
Yes,
I'd like to
Tide
see
went
some
mech.
utility. Oh, he did! So he did! Wow,
Good.
you win.
Although Faceless Void looking to set up a chrono with the Sunstrike onto Tide. He takes so much damage here, but he's got the mech plus the Ravage. Catching up 3 and Nutty could be in a lot of trouble. He's locked down, the stun comes
Faceless
through.
is down
Yes,
before
the
he can get off his
Tide does
chrono.
go down. Bane force stuffing himself away. His forehead comes in, trying to beat on this Ogre Magi. They can't see him. He can't get the stun off in time. The 2-for-1 trade at the moment. Offlaner for an offlaner support for DP. Couldn't quite get the aggression they wanted out, and still no Juggernaut for that fight. Once again, more farming, but 4 Radiant Heroes. In fact, all of the alive Radiant Heroes. Gilbert does a nice little X-TP trick to refill his bottle and stuff. Gotta be careful, because
Jug just picked up his blink.
yes, he's there. Who, sorry? Jug.
Jug,
Nice.
he just picked up a
Interesting.
blink dagger.
It's,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I'm not 100% sure. The only reason... I'm not like a... I don't play Jug loads, so I can't say. I mean, it helps you farm a bit. But, like, what's there on Kunkka Rom's side to help them... So, like, you dodge with the blink? There isn't really much. I guess that means he could just initiate with the Rav, with the Tide Hunter as...
Well, that
Okay,
would be my
Bane's in a lot of
thinking.
trouble.
I think it would be that, yeah, Bane's, that's a dead Bane.
Yeah.
My thinking would be that the blink is for the initiation, it's for the fighting, but he's bought his blink and he's went to jungle. So, but I suppose we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see if it pays off. I mean, you can blink during Omni Slash, which means you can kind of direct where it goes, which is quite nice.
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, you can use items while Omni Slashing. So, like, say, you know, you Omni Slash on a target, like a frontline target, which is like the Elder Titan or something, but you want to blink to try, or but you really want to just kill off the Bane or something who's on the back lines. You just initiate the Omni Slash on the Elder Titan and then blink the back lines. And possibly away from the creeps as well, so you can get the full brunt of your Omni Slash on someone. I mean, blink is also actually, it is good against the Faceless Void. If you're like, you know, at least half expecting a Chronos Fit, it's very easy to just blink out of it before it happens.
Yeah. Yeah,
I do
you're going
double
for
tap,
it down.
just, you know, move your camera. But Titan
Moist
has
for
got
Death
1,000
Prophet
gold
looks
as
like
well.
maybe making a move on mid, maybe. They look like they're grouping up.
Well, I'll tell you who is grouping up. Kunkka Rum. 4 of them smoked up as are they looking to go Roshan maybe? And head into Roshan at the moment. It's not going to get spotted out because even though I have observers wards, is that actually Bane is going to be spotted out here. Maybe giving up the jig here. This could be very dangerous. There's no blink
They
on
should
that
have known
Tidehunter.
because they knew there was a ward there.
Does
Because
have a
they tried to
Ravage.
deward it, Bane died for it.
As they are going to get scouted out due to the wave of terror, and they just get the hell out of there. I feel like that's a fairly big mistake from the Bane. They had that. There was no way M4 DP knew that was going
Yeah.
on.
Yep. The Bane gave that away big time. And I was thinking maybe they could finish it and take it, but it's very, very risky.
It would be very risky. Chronosphere, Invoker's control with the Deafening Blast.
That Slark's starting to look very scary.
Oh, he's went Diffusal Blade.
Yep. Diffusal
Can you
Blade
diffuse
and
off
Manta.
Can you diffuse off X? Man, I don't know these interactions. Maybe someone in chat can let me know if you can. Can you Manta X and can you diffuse X? That'd be, if someone
I
could
don't
look
have
that
a
up,
clue.
that'd be great. I have a feeling you can't do either to X. But I might be completely wrong. That's just like my gut feeling. So 9 to 5. Net worth, you know, it's kind of
Bane's
plateaued off for the
pinging out
last
2
10
wards.
minutes.
Bane's just pinged out exactly where the 2 wards from Voice for Death Prophet are, so he must have seen them placing them.
Yeah. Roshan healing up very nicely now. Been a pretty quiet game.
Yeah, with two teams who drafted some really big team fighting heroes, and there's been what, maybe 2 really big team fights, and the rest have been sort of pick-offs.
Yeah.
And it's always been without the Juggernaut, so I'm quite excited to find out what this Juggernaut can do when he's there, when he's present in the team fight.
Yep. And Blink nearly finished on Tide actually. In fact, he has it now. So Blink and Mech. Please, I really hope MFDB start fighting now. Smoke up, look for initiation. Speaking of initiation, Slark does have that pounce, but with Water to Wilson coming in, he's gonna have to pounce himself away. Swap. It's only level 1, so can't quite get in range. Manta is gonna. I guess the Manta Diffusal has decent synergy.
Oh, I did not realise the Slark also put the Pippa Link. He must have just got that.
Yeah, I think he did. I guess, yeah, the Diffusal does synergize very nice with the Manta, just because your illusions have the mana burn. Still, no one dies.
No one dies. Tide's got its Blink. They
Right,
really need to make a move.
According to Bateman, you can Manta off X as long as you use it at the right time. I'm assuming when the recall happens. So that's kind of like, I don't think that's already a guaranteed one, as we are going to see the Nightmare come down. That does mean Bane still gets hit with the combo though. They can't find anything else though, as now Vengeful Spirit taking so much damage to Sunstrike, gonna be dodged because of the Chronosphere. It doesn't matter though. They finished the kill, and now Juggernaut Fiend's gripped up. There's no way you can get out of this one. Second kill going the way of Kunkka, and now the blink up forward by the Slug, but Gilbert blinking himself away is slowed by the time dilation, and now the Fusel Blade on the Ogre, the Manta style. There's just nothing the Ogre can do. Doesn't know which is the real one. And you know, this Manta paying off with the Diffusal. The 3 dead from M for DP as they just tried to push in a brilliant Chrono coming out there from Nutty63.
Yeah, they really needed the Tide for that fight to go their way at all.
Yeah, they didn't have Tide.
Or
Does
Kunkka.
DP keep missing heroes during like big team fights? They're just not expecting the full rotation of Kunkka Run when they go for a little push or try and get a pick off or something, but everyone from Kunkka Run seems to be there, and then they just lose the fight due to a numbers advantage. That's going to be the first C2 tower of this game, going to go the way Kunkka Run. Solidify their lead a little bit more, gain map control of the Radiant jungle, the Dire jungle even. Well, they do have an Observer Ward of the high ground, and that Sentry Ward is just going to spot the Sentry, but not the Observer. That's lurking up on the high ground. But no Chronosphere for 26 seconds, no Fiend's Grip for 13. This would be an ideal time for MFDP to look to fight now. Kunkka probably realizing that they don't have their ultimates, so maybe just going to back out at the moment. There's, okay, Tide.
Oh dear, this
oh,
Tide
thank,
maybe again. Oh,
thank goodness. It was an Invis Rune.
an Invis Rune.
I mean, what are the odds, right?
That's a very lucky Tide Hunter.
But he knew it was an Invis Rune, actually, so probably why he went for it. They had vision of it. And Elder Titan first item is the Ghost Scepter, and Juggernaut doesn't have Diffusal Blade, so you can't purge that off. And now Juggernaut's got the point booster. I'm guessing this is gonna be a Skadi.
Ags? Do you think he would go Ags?
Could. And now the pounce on the mid lane, Ogre Magi. It's not going to really work too much, although the boat comes in now. Slark doesn't quite get caught out by the boat. Does get hit by the torrent. And that's going to be Gilbert saving his friend. School friend, I might add. Pfeiffer. As bottom tower does go down, doesn't get denied though. It's gonna be Invoker grabbing that with the Forge Spirits, I would imagine. So, like, what do you think if Juggernaut goes to Ags? Do you think that's good?
I don't think so, because I don't feel like he's fighting enough. I don't think it's going to help any. I think he would be better with the Scatty.
I really want to finish the Vlads.
I mean, I don't think... Have we actually seen an Omni Slash so far this game?
I'm not sure, actually.
I don't think we have. I don't think he's used it. He's only really been in that one fight that was in the top lane, like a couple of minutes ago, and he died. He got caught in the chrono right at the beginning.
Yeah. True that.
I feel like he's just not going to get the Scatty quick enough though.
Mid lane. Oh, the Nightmare onto Tide does get dispelled off for now. Chronosphere, are they going to commit it? Deciding not to. Worried about the backup. Looks like the Nightmare got taken off by a pesky Forge Spirit from the Invoker.
Good micro.
Void's still looking for a potential line of initiation. He's got that Blink Dagger ready and online. He does want to go for it. Juggernaut.
I didn't know that Clark isn't available. Although he's a pretty quick hero. He'll be there. And he's got a blink.
This is a pretty tense moment for both sides, actually. I think the next team fight could really, whoever wins the next team fight could really sort of set the tone for the next 20 minutes of this game. Or, well, at least the next 10 or whatever. Because that sort of opens up Roshan, opens up the possibility of going high ground. Well, M4DP have only taken the one tower. So,
yeah, I think if they win the next team fight, they really need to take an objective or two if they can get themselves the time.
Swap onto the Faceless Void.
Oh.
Jumps away. Tidehunter couldn't decide, and there's the Chronosphere.
Oh.
There is a Ravage on the Tidehunter if he does want to throw it out. It might be time, but he gets Nightmare up. Now the Fiend's Grip onto the Vengeful Spirit. The Omni Slash does bounce around, but the jump away from Faceless Void means it kind of null and void at the moment. But a big Ravage. Catching up 4 heroes, but still no one dead on KR's side. Who's going to go down now? The Sunstrike fairly ineffective. There's a 5-man Earth Splitter. What a spell. Locking them all down, slowing them, and 3 dead from M4DP. The 4th looking to be the Ogre Magi, and still Juggernaut. He's trying to run himself away. He's just slowed up by the time dilation, and everyone from M4DP is dead. Ultra kill going the way of that Slark. What on earth?
That was, yeah, Earth. I was going to say Earthshaker, but he's not Earthshaker. His name's Elder Titan. Really proving his worth there. Moist with Death Prophet were just locked up in a really small area, and
like,
there was nothing they could do.
That was
And
beautiful.
when they went for the Faceless and Juggernaut blinked, he looked like he didn't know he was there. Like he stood still for a good second
Yeah,
before
it
the
was really
Faceless
strange.
went in a chrono. Almost as though he'd lagged. I don't know what happened.
It was deception, that's what it was. This mid
Yeah.
T3 tower is going to go crumbling to the ground. They're going to start focusing on the melee barracks. Meanwhile, top lane Slot gets the T3. They're just split pushing their way. Good stomp, catching up 2. It's going to delay the defense as melee barracks
They're
goes
taking
down.
2 lanes of rats. Slot's taking a lane of rats by himself.
Just the range one at the moment, and Tornado, EMP, Meteor as well. That's a lot of damage coming out.
Wow.
Gilbert does manage to get the boat off, and he gets to kill on the Faceless Void. Sunstrike misses for now, but now it's the Ogre Magi going to go down, and now Gilbert's got to be careful. Does have the drums to be able to run himself away fairly quickly. But Elder Titan chases. Tidehunter gets a good axe smash,
Ravage,
reducing
so
the
you're not
damage,
even
but
scared.
the stomp
They're
as
committing.
well. Gilbert goes
They're
down,
committing.
so does Ainsley Harriet. Godlike for 2 heroes now on Chaos side, as they're going to take 2 full sets of barracks. Just the bottom ones left alive on M4DP side.
They're going to keep going. They're going for megas.
I mean, M4DP, if they buy back, they've got no Omni Slash, no Ravage. No point. And I think they're just going to have to accept the fact that Megas are going to be coming inside their base any moment now. Oof. That's pretty tricky. Slark's now got 7k gold. He could maybe go Basher next?
Wow, if
Vessel.
you take a look at the network graph, it's that fight
Whoa,
and the fight before has swung a very, very big gap.
30k even. In favor. of Kunkka. Okay, Gilbert's just gonna call GG here. I mean, like, how do you come back from that? I totally understand that. Unfortunate, but an entertaining game. There was, I mean, the beginning of the game was a little bit slow, a couple of skirmishes here and there, but the last couple of team fights, I mean, well played to Kunkka. They managed to land their combo fantastically.
Yeah, that was a quick end to a game that felt like it had taken a bit of a lull in progress, and then just that one big team fight. It's unfortunate. It's a shame because they both had such good team fight.
I think I'm gonna be honest. I don't obviously. I know Chris Zabankek. I don't know what he was doing with the Juggernaut. He had so much free space. He goes for an S and Y. Gets a casual Morbid Mask. I think of Vlad's, like, even though unconventional, you're playing against an unconventional hero in the Elder Titan. Getting the 5 bonus armor for your allies would be great.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a good call if that is what he was going to do. But like you said, he's just picked up casually. I think they really needed to take advantage of the items the Tide Hunter got, and just fight and push while they were still on the back foot, and they didn't do it. Didn't do it quick enough.
Get the Vlad's S and Y on the Juggernaut. Tide Hunter had a mech. They just looked to try and take fights with the Kunkka and all their team fight, to be honest. But alas, not going to be their day. But Kunkka, they take the victory here in Limbo Town. So
that is them now 3-0, I think.
I believe so. Next game. So coming up at 8 o'clock, we're going to have Try Hard Dota, which is going to be Addiction Esports, the new Addiction Esports team, playing up against Pub Crawlers. So don't you guys go anywhere. And thank you, Midnight, for joining me for this one.
Yep, thanks very much. Hopefully next time I join you, I'll be able to speak a bit better and enjoy the next game.
You did great.